Candidates who fail to adhere to the various stipulations surrounding the election process are subject to some hefty fines if it can be proven they broke any of the rules. Supervisor of Elections Juliet Penn said it is important that candidates ensure that they refrain from certain practices that are considered to be illegal, such as aiding and abetting and personation crimes that prevent the person from being able to vote or run for candidacy for a 7-year period, among other things.
We're asking persons to, to be careful what they do on election day, and especially during this campaigning session where people, to be careful that they're not bribing, that they're not aiding and abetting or asking people to do things that they should not do. Because some of the other penalties are, for instance, a person guilty of personation, of aiding, abetting, counseling, or procuring the commission of the offense of those things that I mentioned before shall be liable to a fine of $3,000 and to 2 years imprisonment. There are all sorts of fines, and a person who is convicted of bribery, cheating, undue influence, of aiding, counseling, or procuring the commission of the offense of personation shall, in addition to any other punishment, be incapable during a period of 7 years from the date of conviction of A, being registered as a voter or of voting at any election, or being elected as a member of the House of Assembly, or if elected before his conviction, of retaining his seat as such member. So, you really have to, the candidates really have to be particularly careful as to how they conduct themselves, especially in the area of bribery and treating and, unduly trying to influence people and that sort of thing.
But it isn't just the candidates who are being warned to stay above board during this time, but election officers as well, who also have hefty penalties to face if they are found influencing the election process or being influenced in any way that can affect the outcome of the election.
Willfully permits any person from voting at the polling station which he knows or has reasonable cause to believe such person is entitled to vote, willfully rejects or refuses to count any ballot paper which he knows or has reasonable cause to believe is validly cast for any candidate in accordance with the provision of this Act, or willfully counts any ballot paper as being cast for any candidate which he knows or has reasonable cause to believe was not validly cast for such candidate, shall be guilty of an offense against this section and liable on conviction or indictment to a fine of $3,000 and to imprisonment of 2 years.
According to Juliet Penn, all candidates and parties must ensure that any banners, signage, or other advertising material, including media advertisements, must be taken down from public sites by or before midnight on Sunday, November 6th.